told the guys in the locker room, one of the first things I said was, there's going to be a lot we want to do better from this game. A lot that we got to do as far as penalties, as far as finishing the game, maintaining our intensity and our focus on all three sides. But the day that we get tired of winning, then I'm done. And so we beat a good football team there tonight, without a doubt. And these first games are challenging for a lot of people, certainly when you're playing a new staff and then obviously having a lot of new pieces on our football team as well. And I thought our team really responded well. Really proud of the way that we played the majority of the football game. I thought our defense flew around, was extremely active, extremely disruptive for the majority of the game. Had a couple of penalties, obviously, that let drives continue on when we had them in some pretty tough situations. A couple busted calls, some things that we just have to do better on that side. But I love the way our guys flew around, and I loved how disruptive our front was, especially. So got to keep building on that. But a lot of positives there. Offensively, really ran the ball well the majority of the night. Had several guys that were extremely productive in the run game, and so excited to continue to build with that. Thought we did some nice things in the throw game. We were pretty efficient. Missed a couple that we had opportunities on, but did a nice job. I think our offensive line, who's been a hot topic here, had a good first start. So got to continue to grow. Special teams, kind of the same thing. Some ups, some downs there. But some little things that we've got to continue to do better. So that's the fun in this. First games are always like this. There's always so much, regardless what's on that scoreboard and what everybody reads in the headlines. There's always so much to go back on, and that's the fun. Is now you've seen these guys play, and we played so many guys tonight. We've seen them play. We'll have a lot better idea of who we are as a team, what we need to do to get better, and obviously we've got to get that done quickly with a short week coming up.
Jalen's had an incredible stat night. What did you think about his overall play?
He played good. He played good. Several things he can do better, but I thought he handled the moment good. You could tell out there that he had been in it, certainly. So I'm sure he had some nerves, but he did a good job managing them. Thought he made good, sound decisions, managed the game well. I mean, honestly, other than the fumble, and honestly, really, I think the second fumble probably was a combination of him and Ramondre too. But other than that, I thought he was efficient. It was a good starting point, and we're going to have to continue to get better.
Lincoln, he hasn't started, I think, in 20 months at the start of the football game. Why wasn't there more rest? Because he just came out playing as good as he ever.
Yeah, I don't know. We've put in a lot of work since he got here, and I thought a lot of the guys around him, made some plays and played very well, and I thought he was confident with what we were doing, and so. Yeah, I know he hadn't started in a long time, but he has started a lot of games, and he's really picked up our stuff fast, and excited about how that's going to continue to grow.
A lot of designed runs for him, and if so, was that something that you like in his body type and his ability to do that?
There were a few. I wouldn't, probably ended up being a few more. We got in so many kind of goal line situations there. Ended up having a couple of sneaks and a couple that they covered him up, and he just ran it in. And he gives you that threat, kind of like different, but in a similar way that Kyler did. That if they cover him really good, then sometimes that could be our best offense. And so I just thought he kind of took what was there the whole night. There certainly was not nearly as many design runs as what ended up, but that's part of how the game unfolds.
What you could tell was your offensive line.
Yeah, pretty good. I mean, we thought we protected pretty well. He got out of a couple, but for the most part, protected well. I thought Creed did a good job managing it up front. I thought we played pretty physical. We had the one penalty. We just blocked the guy out of bounds, similar to what happened, ironically, in the West Virginia game against us last year. And but other than that, that's one of the hardest positions to evaluate until you see the tape, but we were pretty productive, so that normally means they did a good job.
Lincoln, Kyler was so good at sliding and avoiding contact. Would you like to see more of that from Jalen, more avoiding contact, or is that just a difference in how they play?
Well, there's definitely a difference. I mean, Jalen is a different body type, without a doubt, so He's played a lot of ball. We'll continue to get a good feel for where we want to be. That's something that's really hard for me to grade until you get on a live field, because our quarterbacks here aren't ever live until, Saturday, or in this case Sunday nights in there. And so, we'll go back and look at it. I know he can withstand it, but we also take pride in keeping our quarterbacks healthy too. So it'll just kind of be ongoing, a learning process for both of us.
Lincoln, how did he develop in his 20 months between starts? Just, obviously he played some in relief at Alabama, but have you seen a big upswing in what he can do in that period of time?
Yeah, I wouldn't know much about at Alabama, just kind of what everybody else saw. Here, he's worked his tail off. He's learned our stuff. But more importantly, he's gotten more and more committed to our stuff. I mean, there's one thing learning it and being able to write it on a grease board, and another being able to go execute it and trust it, in front of a lot of people. And he's got to go out like all of our guys, him offensively, really our entire defense, they've got to go out and trust it without ever having success with it. It's all new. And so if you wait for the success to then trust it, the success will never come. And so I thought there was a really nice job of him and our defensive guys. A lot of our new players really trusted it in a lot of big moments tonight.
Have you been surprised by his strength? I mean, he's obviously shown it in the weight room. We've seen all the clips and stuff, but just the strength that he has as a runner to do what he does, maybe differently than your last two guys.
I wouldn't say surprised. I mean, I was kind of interested to watch him run around on a live field. I've seen him play, seen tape, all that. So I knew he was a good athlete. But yeah, it's certainly always different being down on the field with it. So he's an impressive athlete, no question. His strength is a little bit different than what we've had here, certainly.
Lincoln, I don't know, if you have an analogy for it, but, he starts out 14, 15, 16-yard passes just over and over. What is it when he completes that 45-yarder to CD or that 56-yarder to Charleston? Like, is there something is that kind of where a quarterback starts to see kind of what this offense is about and what it can become?
It's a good question. I'm not real sure how to answer it. I mean, I think you got to take what's there. We try real hard to recruit guys that can make plays where we do get a lot of yak and setting guys up that way. And so that's certainly part of it. And you gain more confidence in guys as you go, and that certainly takes pressure off the quarterback when you're making some of those big plays, especially after the catch. And so, yeah, I think it certainly helps. I mean, any success is going to continue to help it grow and grow. But, some of the best plays he made tonight won't even show up in a stat book, and that's how these things go. So, but he did a pretty good job on all of them.
Your defense got off to a great start. How did you feel like it played overall?
I thought pretty well overall. I mean, listen, they're going to score a lot of points against a lot of people. I mean, I said it all week. Derek King there aren't 5 quarterbacks in the country better than that cat, and that may be too many. He's fantastic, and we gave him hell. I mean, he had to move around a lot, and I didn't think we really let him get comfortable very much of the day, we did a good job. He got out a few times, which that's going to happen with that cat. He's very, very impressive. So I thought we played extremely well early. I mean, we were outright dominant, really the majority of the first half until that last drive, and did some really, really good things. Thought we came out strong. Kind of early in the second half, and then we had a little lull period really there as a team, and obviously something we got to do better, but certainly more positives than negatives and exciting tape to build off on.
Lincoln, are you disappointed that there weren't any takeaways by the defense, given the focus on that?
Yeah, we did have a 4th down stop, so that for us is one. We were close on a couple others. Had the one where the knee was just down. We had our chances, and so yeah, I mean that's. We said turnovers are going to be a big part of this, and to only get the one on the day on the 4th down stop, we certainly have to have more. So yeah, if there were a big negative from the day defensively, we certainly expect to get more turnovers than we did.
What do you think about place kicking, field goals in particular?
Yeah, I kind of hated I put Callum in that situation. I almost called the timeout, and I really botched that entire thing offensively. Hate to put a guy in his first kick out there would have to hit a 50-yarder, so it was pretty stupid on my part. And then he hit that one great too. That's to say he he flushed it, man. And just, and so those 50-yarders, you live with those. He didn't hit the other one as good. Did a great job on extra points all night. I think he'll be just fine. Gabe, I thought, settled in on kickoffs. You could tell had some butterflies early and then really started showing off his leg late there in the game. And I think Reeves just had the one punt and did a nice job, especially as they were bringing pressure.
Lincoln, having been around Jalen a lot the last few months, how would you describe his eagerness for this moment, and how would you describe his path to right now?
Yes, he's extremely eager. He's patiently eager is maybe what I would say. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if those two words have ever been used right there together. We just did it. Very patient, but you can tell he's just really appreciative of the moment, and we talked some today and last night, and you could just, I think there was some emotion from him of, just probably a quick reminisce on all he's been through, to get to being our quarterback, and so he's handled it well. Describing his journey, yeah, it's hard. Probably be a pretty good movie someday. It's pretty remarkable, especially in this day and age. It's pretty remarkable. So hopefully a lot yet to be written.
Charleston Rambo obviously came on a little bit at the end of last year. He had a really big catch, 56 yards. But then you look down at today's stats, and he has 105 leading, and it's quiet. Can you kind of talk about just his overall confidence and what he actually has been through to get to where he is? Because he's had a pretty rough go since he's been in.
Yeah, no doubt. No, he's done he's one of those guys that just kind of kept working behind the scenes. And really, if you look at his last 3 games, he had some huge catches in the Big 12 game last year against Texas. Obviously had a couple big plays in the Alabama game, and then had some big plays for us tonight. So continues to get better, gain confidence. Certainly is a threat when he catches the ball to take it the distance like he did tonight. He was close on another one. And has shown some ability to be a guy that can stretch the field for us. So I'm excited about the way he played and his progress.
You were quick to mention the 4th down stop. You guys were awfully fired up. The sideline was after that. How big are those in your mind? Even though it's late in the game, and
it's a turnover. It's a turnover, and that's a huge thing. You see, our whole team was pretty jacked up at that moment, so they know how much we've been harping on that and investing all the work that we've been putting into it. So. We got to get a few more, but that's you can see how bought in not only just our defense but our entire team is to that.
Kenneth, he looks a little bit like a different player. What's the biggest difference you see in him?
I think our guys are playing. They're playing fast. Speed D is not just about. It's not just about running fast, running a fast 40 time. It's about playing fast, and a lot of that is mentally getting these guys to a place where, yes, they understand what's going on and adjustments and scheme and all that, but not so much that it bogs them down and they can't just go. And I thought I saw a lot of that on our defense tonight. Kenneth certainly included in that.
Just a couple more questions.
How do you think Jalen Roden played tonight? Obviously with that strip of Garrett King earlier, but overall.
Yeah, I thought pretty disruptive. We've moved him around some on the defensive line. He played some inside there for us tonight, and did a great job. Another guy that's been here for a while but hadn't played a whole lot yet, but certainly flashes. So I saw a couple in particular. We got great penetration. You saw the combination of size and strength. So another one that'll just keep getting better and better.
The new Neville Gallimore as well.
Yeah, the slim down front, active, and he's really had a great spring and fall camp. So we've got pretty high expectations for him right now.
You ever have to have an assistant get stitches during the game?
No, I actually just found out why. So at least there's a good story behind it, right? So yeah, that's a good moment for them.
Back to that speed D. I mean, you guys don't go live, a whole lot anymore in practices, but was that part of tonight you were curious to see kind of? Because, we saw Kenneth Murray close out of nowhere. We saw a couple of violent tackles early in the game. Was there anything out there that surprised you, at least, seeing some of those guys fly around the way they did?
I wouldn't say surprised because that's what we've looked like a lot. I was excited about how sharp we were early in the game, and they threw a lot at us, different motions, a lot of different checks, and gave us a lot to handle. Because you look back at their group. I know it's a new coach, but that entire offense is littered with juniors and seniors that are good players. So they threw a lot at us, and we handled it extremely well. Like I said, I thought we had some mental lapses there in the second half that got improved, but we flew around and we were pretty sharp there for a large portion of the game.
Everyone, thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, more analysis, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus. We'll see you there.